met at university, actually in University Ilori. She was a student at that time, and at that time I was a student as well, you know, when we met.
I was in my 100 level.
You
know how they say,
Jambito, you catch them young, you know. That's how we met. I was in my final class, and you know what is so funny? She will be coming to me all the time. Oh, please, can you help me with this homework? Can you help me with this assignment? Oh yeah. And then she will be coming to my department. I was the social director at that time, so you know, she's been looking like, oh man, this guy is really cute. That's how we met.
Early stage of our marriage, you know how they say that nobody told us that the road is going to be easy. Unfortunately, you know, he was living in United States and I was in Nigeria, so he came back to Nigeria. We got married, and when we got married, I joined him a year after, right? A year after, 2 years after. Okay, 2 years after I joined him in United States. So we started living together. Let me tell you, it wasn't easy. You know, when we first started living together as husband and wife. So he was very rocky, it was very challenging, it was a lot of misunderstanding, a lot of borrow me English, like it wasn't easy, you know, a lot of misunderstanding, a lot of arguments, you know, a lot of you know, like discomforts,
because one, we don't have the same orientation.
Yes,
she came from Nigeria. I've been in the United States for some time, so it's like everything was just different, you know.
It was different, and then apart from, you know, him being in United States and me in Nigeria, he was, you know, we're not from the same background. You know, when we were growing up, you know, I know a lot of people will understand. So it took us time. It took us a lot of time to start to understand each other, to start to coming together, to start to reason together, to start to do things together as husband and wife. It wasn't as if we're not doing stuff together, but it was a lot of arguments about some dumb stuff, some stuff that you just believe like, oh, this actually causes an argument, some stupid stuff which could happen in any relationship when you are just trying to understand each other. You know, early time of our marriage, I am not going to lie to you, it was very rocky. Thank God today we are able to say that we are celebrating our 20 years anniversary. And what made us to be at this level now is because we sat down and we said that, okay, as long as I want to continue to be with you and you want to continue to be with me, we have to make things work. We have to do better. And then our children, they were growing, so we felt like, you know, this is not going to be. And with God on our side, we were able to, you know, make it, and we are still counting.
And we are still counting.
We are still.
But when she came, you know, again, maybe as a result of everything she just said, it wasn't the same, man. You know, it was a struggle. It was a struggle.
You know, he is a type of man that he doesn't like his things to be moved. Wherever he puts his stuff, he wants it there. Very meticulous.
I like it. Once, like, you know, I have a way of the way I lay my bed, the way I put my fork down, everything.
Now, you know, a woman comes into your house, you know that everything is going to be scattered.
Yeah. And I'll be like, why did you put this pot in here? I don't put it here. Why did you press this toothpaste like this? You know, stuff like that.
That was where the struggle started. But as time goes on, as we grow up together, as we tend to understand each other more, we tend to persevere, we tend to have patience, we tend to forgive each other, we tend to, you know, reason together as husband and wife. We tend to understand that, okay, this is what is expected of him as a man, and this is what is expected of me as a woman, and we're able to collaborate everything together, and which brought us to where we are today.
Well, she mentioned one word: perseverance. That word is so important. It's a big word. You know, we persevere a lot because, again, different orientation from another background, different orientation from another
He's
background.
from
So
Indigene.
you know?
Me, I'm from Lagos.
She's from Lagos. I'm from, you know,
Ogbomoso.
Ogbomoso.
That's where he
proper.
grew up, though.
And
but
again,
he came from Igboho.
Yes.
Oyo State.
Yes, of course. I'm from Igboho. And you see, even though she's a Lagosian, okay, but she's not as laju as I am.
Will you stop it?
Yes. Oh yes, I know that.
That's not true.
Of course, I was the social director while I was in school.
Because you're a social director, that doesn't mean that you are more sociable than I am.
You know what I'm talking about.
Please save me. Save me. Save me.
She didn't even know how to dance.
Please.
Now that you guys are seeing her the way she's dancing, you
You
know.
taught me how to dance.
Well, maybe because as a result of the age, you know. Because you need to know me while I was in school. My
Okay.
friends, all of you guys can testify
All
to all
right,
this.
thank you. So,
Okay.
you know, that's how it was, and this is who we are right now.
Yes.
You know, we thank God for life. We thank God for everything. We thank God for how far God has brought us, and then we brought a lot of maturity into it. When we first started, it was immature. We dealt with issues immaturely, but now everything is so matured. You know, like I will say something and then my husband will just turn it into joke, and it's been fun for me.
You know, we communicate a lot. Communication is so important.
And then ability to change,
To
ability
change.
to
You're
communicate
willing to
better.
change. You
Because our communication was a no-no
Mhm.
at the beginning. It was a no-no.
Yeah.
To
Then transparency too.
yes,
That one too. Okay, it's fine. If you are not being transparent, then it will be very difficult.
it's
Okay.
trouble.
Yeah.
Ability to understand each other more, ability to pray together, to do things
Yes.
together,
Yes.
to reason together.
Yes.
You know,
To tolerate
that's-
each other.
to tolerate each other,
You
and
know?
to take each other as you are.
Mhm.
Even if you want to tell your partner that, okay, I want you to change, there is a way you go about
Around
it.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So
those are the things that is really helping us and keeping us going.
the advice I'm going to give first for the youth is that, you know, life is not a bed of roses. When you want to get married, you look before you leap very well. You would think you know the person that you are dating at that point in time, not until when he or she gets to your house and then you see it. So you must be able, you have to have that perseverance, to persevere, to tolerate. Okay, you need to communicate at the same time. Communication is very, very important. Unlike right now that everybody will just be on the cell phone. No, you need to talk, you need to study, you need to know who you really want to date. So you need it.
To date, and then after to spend the rest of your life with.
Okay, for the married couples, what we can do is communication and transparency. Okay, when you make your life to be like an open book to your spouse, then your relationship it will be as if you are cruising, you know, as if you are cruising.
I always tell people that when God was going to make this world, he made it with word. He said, in the beginning was the word, and the word was with God, and the word was God. So everything was like word. So communication is very important, because if your spouse does anything that is wrong, it is by communicating. If it does right, it is by communicating. If you guys have kids and you have to, you know, do something with the kids, it's by communicating. Vacation is by communicating. Finances, you know, all that stuff to make it work is by communication. But we are not talking about just communicating the right way. Yoruba máa ń sọ pé pẹ̀lẹ́ lákọ ó lábo. So how you present your situation, how you present issues, how you present your differences to your spouse is very, very important. So it's not just talking down on each other or seeing each other's mistakes every time, or just want to be like, oh, I'm the boss, I'm the one in charge here. You know, when I'm talking, you don't talk. When I'm talking, you shut up and all that stuff. That's not the type of communication we are talking about. We are talking about communication between husband and wife, which has to do with respect, dignity. It has to do with love. The Bible says we should correct in love. So it has to do with all of that. So all of that put together will really help us as a couple to communicate better. Because a lot of people just say, then did you communicate? And they say, what you did yesterday, I do not like it. Oh, no. You know, when everything is cool, everything is calm, you call each other, you talk about issues, differences, concerns, and all that stuff. Because when you have kids, that is when you even communicate the more. When you start to work, when your finances is going, wrong, you communicate. And that is why in every job that you go, they always have customer service, they always have human resources, and those are the people that you communicate with. So also make your husband, make your spouse your customer service, make your spouse your human resources. Okay, so we wish you best of luck. Happy 20 years anniversary to us. I am so excited. I thank God for this moment. It's a moment that I cherish a lot. I've been talking about this wedding anniversary for the since April. And I thank God that God saw us through this moment. Happy anniversary to us.
Happy anniversary, baby. Love you.
Love you too.